What we do here is go back.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Talk It Up with Cindy
and Jerry.
How's it going?
How's it going?
So, welcome back to our podcast. Today we're talking about what are we talking about?
We're talking about World of Warcraft. We had this discussion the other day. I'm excited because the expansion is coming out, and you actually said we should talk about it. How many spouses, partners
play together? Well, we used to play together.
We used to play together, actually.
I
That's
don't play
correct.
Anymore.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The way it started was we were playing a game, Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
When we first got the house, we didn't know anybody.
Our kids were little.
Yeah, so we just kind of watched our kids and at
Play
night
video games.
And once I was also playing I was playing Warcraft RPG in the 90s. So I knew about World of Warcraft, but for some reason I didn't get into it right away.
It was actually recommended to us at the game
Right,
store.
because we were done with Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
Baldur's Gate 2. 3 got canceled. Champions of Narrath.
Yeah, it was kind of sort of accidental that we started playing together, because I think it was during the holidays. We were gaming, enjoying it.
Yes.
So it was kind of a de-stressor.
Yeah.
So,
and there was nothing else to do. And it snowed a lot up here.
That
a
year
lot.
It snowed a lot.
I mean, it snowed a lot for a good 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
that's what we did. We would game.
Yeah.
I think I stopped gaming finally when we had our little one.
Right. So I think what happened was we went to the store. I think it was Fry, and the guy kind of said, we were looking for a replacement game. He said, "Have you ever guys played World of Warcraft?" I knew of it because I played the RPG game of it. And he said, "Wow, I'm surprised you're not playing it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know." And we bought 2 copies. And so what they call, for some of you that know the game, we played during Vanilla, and Vanilla they consider it as...
I had no idea that this was a thing.
Yeah,
That's
Vanilla...
how long I've been out of the loop.
Yeah, Vanilla is that you were playing on the first...
The original.
The original game, because it has expansions. So after that, you would say, if you came in on Burning Crusade, you say, "Oh, I came in on Burning Crusade," or Lich King, or whatever expansion title it was. But we played Vanilla just a little... I think the games are about 2.5 years before the next expansion. So we were... A year had passed already.
When it first came out?
Yes.
I think, we started playing it a year
So
after
we played it.
out.
So after a while, she dropped it. I
played it for a long time.
You did.
Because I didn't stop playing till because I even played through...
I think you went to the 60s.
I was pregnant with Aiden when I was playing. Remember?
Yeah.
I would sit there with my big belly.
Yes.
And with my chips. And then I played while he was firstborn, because I would wheel the bassinet.
Yeah.
I would wheel the bassinet to my desk so that I can play the game and still watch him. I didn't want to be that mom that left the newborn baby in the bassinet and went to play video games.
Yeah.
So I would wheel the bassinet and have it next to my desk and play with him.
I think, what happened also is I got a little serious into the game. You could be a casual player.
He got really... Actually, we got into arguments sometimes.
Right, because...
We'd have barbecues about to start, and he'd be up there. "I'll be right there!
Yes.
I'll make it! Don't worry about it." I'm like, "We have a barbecue starting.
Yeah.
Get off the game."
Yeah. So I was playing... We were playing it casual, and then I got a little bit into the more... I don't want to say hardcore, but there was dungeons and raids.
You did go hardcore. He got hardcore because he would call me from the bus.
No, I would call Angelica.
Me too.
You too? So what I would do is they would have it called a raid. And this raid means on Friday night, you're going to be here and you're going to go to this huge dungeon. So what I would do is the night before, I would take my avatar or your character and you would leave them by the gate of this raid. And I would sign out. So when I sign in, it's there. And I will call her or my daughter and say, "Do me a favor, sign in." And my character will appear. And all the people in the group, they call it a guild, were in the same, they were all there. And they're going to do a roll call. And then I will call my buddy Jesse and say, "Hey, when they do the roll call, I'm not there yet. I'm almost there, 5-10 minutes away." Because they want you to log in at 6:30 and the raid starts at 7. It's a lot of work to get everything together. And I would be like I would get there about 6:45, 6:50. So I'll be ready for the raid. So anyway, I tell Jesse, just tell him, "Hey, Jerry's there. He just went downstairs to get his food." That's why he hasn't responded in the game. Yeah. So
it was a whole routine.
And then she would have my plate. I would take the plate and go upstairs. And there was big arguments.
Yeah, when we had events, because he wouldn't want to step away.
So now I am more of a casual player.
Yes.
I play it.
I mean, I didn't have a problem with it unless we had an event.
No, I mean it did. It did. I also saw it. I was getting into it too much.
Yes.
Even for our kids, I make sure, even though our kids do the games, I don't want them to be wrapped into it. There's a lot of other things to do. So, my experience makes sure that they're not driven by the game.
Yes.
They could put it down.
He did get driven, but then he toned it down.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a really fun game. I used to play with him.
I
We
mean,
actually had friends that we made on.
Absolutely,
on the game.
we made a lot of friends online, and the story was really good. It was gripping.
It was.
I have so many books of it now,
Of the storylines.
of the storylines, the lore. I love reading them. I love the artwork, and I still play
I will
it.
say, he got mad one time.
Oh, jeez, I know what you're gonna bring up. I guarantee I know what you're gonna bring up.
What do you want?
Your helper, your helper, right? Your stalker. I shouldn't even call it your stalker. I'm like, it's a real thing that was going on in World of Warcraft. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. So one day I was playing. I would log on even when he was at work. Like I'd play and get ahead. And
Yep.
Play some other side.
Yeah. Missions, quest.
So
Quest, we'll call it quest.
I made my avatar to look like me.
Yes.
So another avatar sends me, do you need help doing your quest or whatever? So I was like, sure, I don't care. I'm not that good at it, so yeah, I accept his help. So then another time, and he kind of became my helper sometimes.
Yeah.
So then he asked me, do you look like your avatar? I said, yeah, I look like my avatar. And he chatted back and forth with me. I didn't think anything serious about it. But then one day, he was playing my character. Because we would switch and play each other's characters.
Or I would help you
Quest.
if if she had a hard quest, I would just be like, hey, I'm gonna log into your character and play your character.
Play as me.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, I can't get that done. Just get it done for me.
So this is how innocent I was about it. Because if I had, I'd be like, no, don't play my character. But I was like, yeah, play my character. I don't care.
Right.
So he goes, who's this guy? He's asking to help. I'm
Yeah,
like, I don't need
because
his
I'm
help.
playing. He was like, "Hey, do you need help?" I was like, "No, I don't need any help." He's like, "You sure I can help you again?" I'm like, "Wait, what? Help me again?" I'm like, "What do you mean help me again?" I was like, I don't know what I said, but it was like to see how much it was helping going on.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, "Yeah, like the other day," and I'm like, "Whoa, okay, all right."
So he questioned me. He goes,
Yeah.
"Who is this guy?" I say, "Oh, some divorcee from California who logs on during the day, and he helps me." He goes, "He helps you? I think he's in love with your character."
Yeah, I felt bad for the guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are stories of people that got together,
Yes,
have gotten married. There was a point where World of Warcraft was in the culture. You saw the commercials, like the Toyota Tundra had a
a
commercial.
lot of celebrities.
Celebrities are playing it, still playing it. You know what? I got into it is I was a Dungeons and Dragons player. That's so. If we're gonna go into
Kinda
this comment,
similar.
yes, I played Dungeons and Dragons since the late '70s all the way through the '80s, some '90s. We moved here. We didn't play for a while. The DM, and then we recently got back into it. But Dungeons and Dragons itself,
Yeah,
it's had a huge surge. I mean, now our
Big
son
surge.
plays it.
I know our younger one is like really,
there are,
really
like-
absorbing it.
Yeah, in Hollywood, there are huge groups now that just they come in and the guy's like, what was Joe Megalino?
Megalino, yeah.
Yeah, he had a huge group, and there were points where he says, it is true. You could only handle a certain amount of people at a live situation.
Yes.
It does make it better now because you can have real ale or lagers. But no, I enjoyed it playing with
I
our
know people
kids.
that, like when I go out. Oh, they're playing D&D tonight. They play D&D? Oh my god, that is so cool. I wish I could get invited to that. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, there are people in this town that want to. Yeah, I don't. But we're not doing it in person anymore. That's the problem. The
Yeah.
DM has moved away.
I kind of explained that. He goes, I didn't heard of it that way. I'm like, yeah, they play on the screen.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But to each his own. They're like,
Yeah, and they got D&D now in the schools. I think Stranger Things is it Stranger Things?
Yeah, Stranger Things.
That's
brought
what
it back to the
it was
schools.
already there, but they even
They
surfaced
brought
it more.
light to it.
Yeah, more to other people and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But actors, celebrities, everybody was still being played.
I think it's a cool game because it helps, like, because our son is a teenager.
Right.
So it helps him still keep in touch with that imaginary,
Well,
creating stories.
yeah. So here's what me and a friend of mine, the DM guy, we've talked about this, and there's this one set track that sports could only teach you certain things.
Yes.
Camaraderie, groups, friends, leadership, all these things.
But D&D teaches you that too.
Absolutely. D&D, there's a leader. the DM. He's in charge, your coach. And then you're going to see who becomes more of a leader. Like my character always...
Well, it teaches you that also. It helps your skills with math because you got to do
you got math, you got problem solving,
yes.
you've got issues and conflict. So everything, I think I'm pretty sure Boy Scouts teach that. You've got people that are, become more of a vocal leader in the scout team. But, going back to it, it was just a natural phase to go from playing Dungeons and Dragons and then playing Warcraft. And I think a lot of people, I wish we would have done it. Their Dungeons and Dragons groups just kind of merged over to Warcraft, and they would just still play together and do the whole, storyline, the expansion together. I tried to get.
Didn't do that, but
no, I tried, but having one thing about World of Warcraft is it's not a demanding tax on a PC. You can have a decent, as they call them, rigs, but you don't have to have like a $3,000 computer.
They've played at different times. The two older ones, they've played World of Warcraft on their own, not even with us.
Yeah.
They've done it on their own.
Yeah.
Our youngest one, he's curious about it now. I think he's asked about it before.
Okay.
But not. I don't think. He's
No,
ready to
I
go
mean,
into
right,
it
because they
yet.
still do their Fortnite, they still do their Overwatch, Call of Duty is still huge. I mean, I can tell people, video gaming has been around since the 80s. I know people say it wasn't, and all the kids were outside. It's not a true statement. Because I know in my neighborhood, there was times that everybody was inside each other's houses playing ColecoVision. So it's such a false statement when people say that.
Oh, and my cousin had ColecoVision.
Yeah, so...
I think we had an Atari.
Oh, when somebody says there was no computers, I'm like, that's such a lie, because Commodore 64 was around, and there was times that you had certain games. There was one called Winter Olympics. And
the little joystick.
Yeah, you would play with other people. Everybody had their...
I also had Pong.
Yeah, Pong. But, no, so I do have... And now what I do is I buy the collector's edition. I started buying the collector's edition.
He has a nice collection, especially even he has some of the characters.
I do.
Really cool looking characters too.
I kind of cut back a little bit.
I know he was running out of space.
Well, you know what it was? I did see where I see people and I go, wow, they've got like Pop Funkos or whatever it is, G.I. Joe or Star Wars. I'm like, man, that's insane. I always tell my wife, I think everything is a spectrum. How much you're a geek, nerd, and stuff like that. If you got a smartphone, you're a geek. You pay your bills online, you're a geek. You know what I'm saying? You may not want to realize it because you're going to just say, well, everybody does it. Yeah, we made the world easy for you people to be in our world. That's what we did. You guys didn't know how to...
Yes, I married a geek.
Yeah, you guys didn't know how to do anything. So we had to make little colorful shapes like the iPhone. And then you go, woo, I could do
so
it.
Wrong.
It's the truth. It's the truth. That lady, when she said something to that guy on the register line, and the guy turned around and said, do you got a smartphone? She's like, yeah, welcome to our world. And I was like, oh, it's the truth. The truth has been spoken. Back then it was bulletin board service. You had to know how to do it, like the movie War Games. Now, you pay your bills online. You buy your tickets online. Yeah, you're in there.
Geek.
You're a geek. Just where in the spectrum you are, but you are. You're playing Farmland back in the day, or Candy Crush, or whatever it is.
You're a geek. A little bit.
Yeah, it's in there.
A little bit.
So, but anyway, yes. But here's the thing about me was, I clubbed.
He clubbed.
I played sports. I played football.
Sports, but he did play. He does love his Star Wars, Star Trek.
Hey. Got the Star Wars shirt on.
And he does play his World of Warcraft.
Yeah. So I'm like this odd geek.
He's
there are
sort
some
of like geek, but
like Joe Magdaleno. He looks like he's a movie star, big buff. We're out there.
They're out there. They transform. They can be geeks, but then they can also blend in with the regular people.
Ooh, that was like a stabbing right there in the chest. Because if I didn't, hey, can I go with you to the club? No, you're not. So, no, I can blend both sides of the fence. Because I think everybody is. Everybody's a geek.
Now.
Yeah.
Now, not back then.
Not back then, no. I think it's more since the iPhone came out.
Yes.
Because I've been paying bills online since
for years.
The
Even
90s.
before we bought the house.
You had a floppy disk, and you would log into Chase that way. A lot of people didn't even realize, like, what? I'm like, yeah, you would put the disc in,
used to do that.
and you would connect. And you were able to only pay a couple of bills, but you did it.
Yes. Because everything else, I would go pay at the cashier.
Right. Once the iPhone came out, it brought, you when I see someone on their phone and they're like just playing a game, I'm like, yeah, you look cool, but you're a geek.
Oh my gosh, he's too funny.
No, that is when we talked about our space, what we do. That's one of the things I do. I'll play some Warcraft, you know, get into the story. You could get wrapped into it. If like right now, you know, as we talk about this, you're going to Florida, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going with you, and then I'm
Yes.
coming back,
Yes.
and I have like a week and a half. What am I gonna do?
Warcraft.
I'll probably play some Warcraft.
Don't
I
forget-
maybe go to a brewery with a buddy of mine or two, you know, maybe.
He'll be playing Warcraft.
But you know what? I'm gonna
That's
play
what's
Warcraft.
gonna happen.
you know.
I'm gonna spy on the camera, and he'll just disappear into his
Because she
office,
does that, yeah.
And he'll come out like 3 hours later.
Yeah.
He'll
Now,
resurface.
but see, now, here's the thing, right? Now it's a little bit more on the bougie side. I'll make myself a little
Charcuterie.
charcuterie board, you know,
And a glass of wine.
glass of wine or a brew because I drink both. You know, I'm both sides on that fence too. But you know, it's not a decorated charcuterie board; it's a man charcuterie board.
You just
I
throw
got some,
everything on the plate.
yeah, I throw the cheese, the different types of cured meats, and some olives with what is that? Blue cheese in it.
Yeah.
And a couple of crackers,
And you're good to go.
and that's it. It's my plate, and I would eat it the way I want to eat it.
Okay, no problem.
You know, I got my napkin in there. I got the can of beer, or you know, maybe. You know,
Listen, I'm glad that he has that hobby because there's some men that have weird hobbies.
Yeah.
So he goes into his office, he plays his World of Warcraft, and then you know he's good. Some men go to
They can
topless
cheat.
bars,
Yeah, or topless bars and
or
cheat.
casinos,
Absolutely.
or disappear with their friends.
Absolutely.
He games with his friends. So.
Mhm.
Sometimes we even have a few of them that come here. Well, we used to
when we used to play
bring
D&D.
He would bring his laptop or something.
Yes, he brought his laptop. Yes.
And they would play in the same house.
Actually, you know what? There was when Black Friday was Black Friday. You used to go out there shopping. There was one Black Friday. We did our shopping.
Mm-hmm.
We came back.
And logged onto the game.
I logged in the game, and you and Mindy. Well, you guys were not together.
Mm-hmm.
Mindy was like, "Hey, I'm going back out there shopping," and you were like, "Yeah, I'm going back out there." And me and Jesse were like, "All right." It's like 2:00 in the morning because Friday's off.
They stayed up gaming.
And we stayed up gaming. It was like awesome. It was like we did the Black Friday shopping. We came back. You guys just
Went back out.
Yeah.
No arguments. They didn't give us no argument.
No,
They
here's
didn't wanna
the
be
cash.
bothered. They were
Here's
like,
take the
"Here,
card."
Take the card. Go do. We're
Yeah.
having fun. Just leave us alone. So we were good.
Yeah.
We were golden on that.
But it's
one.
like, you know what? And I know this is about World of Warcraft, but I think there's points where, like Lords of the Rings. I saw the conversation on Facebook the other day. Like I haven't seen it, and people were like, "What? What do you mean you haven't seen it?" Like, there's no way I go a year without seeing Lords of the Rings, all 6 movies. I think a friend of ours in the town, he knows by fall, winter, I'm gonna watch all 6 or
He
extended.
watches them at least once a year.
Yeah, if they're on TV, that's fine. Maybe I'll catch a little bit of it, but
He'll catch a little bit on it, and he'll.
I'll come
flip
down
the
here.
mood And come in and
I'll come downstairs
And watch this.
late fall and start watching them on every Saturday, every other Saturday, just going through them.
That's his him time.
That's another one, yeah. And
we
again,
talked
it's
about
Lords of the
before.
Rings, so it's kind of like, the Dungeons and Dragons feel, and
Geeky.
yeah,
Huh?
geeky.
He's you're geeky.
I'm
That's
your
right.
geek.
Yes, you're my geek.
You should have a shirt, and it points.
I'm
This
with
is
the geek.
I'm with a. I married a geek. I married a. We should come a shirt. I married a geek.
I married a geek. So,
Well-
guys,
Before we go further, I mean, there was a movie about.
nerds.
That's
you're
right.
Not a nerd, though. You're
No, there is a
geek.
difference between a nerd, but I'm
There's a
saying though,
difference.
remember at the end, she was like, she didn't know. She was like, "Are all nerds like that?" He was like, "Yeah,
Not even gonna.
we
go
got
there.
skills." I think he should have gone like this. But
They
he
were
didn't.
actually giving that movie yesterday.
They were?
Yeah, Nerds Part 2.
Oh wow, yeah, that's my pie. This is my pie. I did it. I get. Well, I'm a geek though, not a nerd. A nerd. I'm not a brainiac. Maybe I know IT, but nerds are more different. It's a different level.
Okay, if you say so.
I don't even think there's a thing called. I don't even think there's really nerds out there anymore. I think everything's
Call
just
them
out.
geeks now.
Everything's geek. It's just. I think it's the spectrum of geekness.
Yes.
Like you thought one time I was into the whole plaques, and I think we talked about this one time. You bought me like a Captain Kirk plaque. 'Cause I watched that.
Well, you did love them though.
I did, but I
he
just-
won't hang them up. He
I
just
didn't
has
display them.
private.
So even like I said, the Warcraft figures, I'm like, I got too many. I took a couple down, left some good ones up, and I have other stuff I'm interested in, like Star Wars.
I didn't know that there's a level of geekness. I
Yes.
learned that.
Yeah, there is, and I'm not just I'm not that far into that level of geekness. I got to display stuff. I got books. I even got the cookbooks. Mm-hmm. I'm not cooking anything. I'm waiting for her to cook But
Interesting.
all right, so that was the
guys,
topic. That was the
let us
topic.
know
That was
if
my me
your
time.
significant other or you yourself are in that geek spectrum.
Yeah, if I have to say what
I
it is,
think everybody's in that geek spectrum.
It
You have
is.
like you said,
Yeah.
you have an iPhone.
You have an iPhone,
or
an
laptop,
Android.
or tablets, or
it just, even if you say, well, I don't really you pay your bills online. You buy your tickets. Yes.
your way around a laptop.
You
you're a little bit of a geek.
They designed the world for everybody to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you say you actually going to the movie theater and buying your ticket physically, but nobody's going to do. You are using the technology that's been around for a while. They just made it easy for you guys.
Yep.
So,
So.
all right. Anyway, for the World of Warcraft fans, see you out there. Bye.
So like, subscribe, comment, follow
Yep.
us on YouTube and
You'll see the IG links.
Instagram, and we're working on our TikTok and Facebook now.
Yeah,
it's like we work on one thing at a time. We can't
it's a lot.
multitask like
It's
all
a lot.
you guys do.
It's a lot.
So take care, guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye.